Hello students. So today's our topic is centroid of triangle, orthocenter, incenter, circumcenter of triangle. So many students having confusion what is centroid, orthocenter. So today in this topic we are covering up all these four topics and we clear all our concept about these topics. I am Sandeep Sani, BTech in Mechanical Engineering, total 12 plus year of experience in teaching mathematics. So let's get started our maths class. So first is what is centroid of a triangle? So everyone know what is triangle? Obviously, first I will draw the triangle. Okay, let's suppose this is a triangle. The point is P, Q, R. These are the 3 points P, Q, R. Okay, for the centroid, if we draw what the medians, if we draw a median from a point P, if I draw a median, and again from point P Q, if I draw a median, and again the point R, if we draw a median from the point R, and they intersect at a point O. And medians means you understand, like from the point P, if we draw a median, that is, you can say the name median is M and this is R. R is already taken. Let's Q is already taken. This S. This was we consider S. Okay. So PM is the median. Median means what? Which divides the base in two equal parts. Okay. Base in two equal parts. So here, if I look here, this your QM is equal to MR and PS is equal to QS and PN is equal to NR. Median means divides the base in two equal parts. Okay. So the point we obtained O, this is called the centroid. Point O is called centroid of triangle. I hope you understood about the centroid of the triangle. What is centroid? So basically you understand centroid is made by medians of a triangle. Median of a triangle. So medians is what? Medians which divides the triangle in two equal parts. Is two equal parts. It means uh, let's suppose this P is the vertex opposite sides divided into two equal parts. This vertex opposite sides is PQ. This vertex opposite side is PR. So PR uh, divided into two equal parts, P and PR. This one is QM MR and that one is. So basically you have to understood centroid means made up by of median of a triangle. This much. And the one more important point, the centroid of a triangle, the centroids divides the median in 2:1. For example, like PO, PO divided by OM is what? 2:1. Means this is 2, so that is 1. For if we take an example, if PO is equal to 10 centimeter, then OM is equal to 5 centimeter, like this. Here, or you can say OR upon OS also 2 is to 1, and OQ by ON is equal to 2 is to 1. So this is all about the centroid of a triangle. Okay, and median switch divides triangles in two equal parts. Basically, like QR QM is equal to M is the midpoint of QR, or N is the midpoint of PQ, S is the midpoint of PQ, N is the midpoint of PR. So now next topic is in center of a triangle. So the point, remember, angle by bisector, vertex angle bisector. So this you have to remember in this in center case. Let's make a one triangle. Let's make a one triangle. In this case, okay, if uh, if you draw angle bisector, what is angle bisector? ABC, let's suppose take a point ABC. In center means what? If I draw a line from the A, that is angle bisector. That is, this is not a median. This is the angle bisector line. This angle bisector doesn't mean this divides BC also. This divides, it doesn't mean it divides BC also. It's not a median, it's an angle bisector. Okay. Similarly, if we draw from the B, this angle is equal to that angle. If we draw from the C, okay, don't mind, this is the straight line. Okay, if we draw from the C, so the all the three angle bisector lines intersect at a point I. That point I is called in center of a triangle. In center of triangle. In center of triangle. So this is the in center of triangle, which is made up of this point. This keyword we have to remember, what? Vertex angle bisector. Okay, so I hope you understood this. Let's move to the next point. Circumcenter of a triangle. What is circumcenter of a triangle? Circumcenter of a triangle is made up by perpendicular bisector of sides. What? This keyword you have to remember. Perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular bisector of sides. Let's suppose this is the acute angle triangle. This one is a acute angle triangle, like that. Okay. If you draw a perpendicular bisector from point A and B, so let's suppose this is your perpendicular bisector of A and B. If you draw a perpendicular bisector from A and C, so like this is the perpendicular bisector from A and C. Similarly, if you draw a perpendicular bisector from B and C, this is the perpendicular bisector from the B and C. How we draw? Take a point B. Take how we draw the perpendicular bisector. This you have to know. Put a needle on the point A. Point A. Put a needle of your compass on the point A. Okay, and measure the distance more than half. Then make an arc from the point A up and down. Same arc Okay, same that compass arc, put a point, put a needle on a point B and make a arc, same arc up and down. You got an intersection point, then join. That is your what? The perpendicular bisector of AB. Similarly for BC, similarly for the AC. If all the three perpendicular bisectors intersect at a point, that point is called circumcenter. That point is called circumcenter. Let's suppose this point name is P. This point P name is what? Circumcenter. I will write the name again. Circumcenter of a triangle. This is the keyword perpendicular bisector. Remember, for acute angle triangle, the circumcenter is always inside the triangle. Circumcenter I will denoted by the point P. Okay, here I write P always inside the triangle. Let's suppose if I talk about the right angle triangle. We'll talk about the right angle triangle. So if this is the point A, B, C, in that case it may be outside. In that case it may be outside or inside. For the right angle triangle, the circumcenter is on the hypotenuse. How it is? Let's suppose if you draw a perpendicular from the point A and B. If you draw a perpendicular from the point A and B, draw like this. Okay. If you draw a perpendicular bisector from the BC, you draw like this. Perpendicular bisector from the point BC. Okay. If you draw a perpendicular bisector from the point AC, it is like this. So this length equal to that length is equal to that length. So this is P point is what? Right angle triangle. Right angle triangle. Okay. In right angle triangle, P is on hypotenuse. Okay, and P is the midpoint of hypotenuse. Midpoint of hypotenuse. Okay, if you talk about the obtuse angle triangle, here your P point always outside of triangle. How? If you draw, this is the perpendicular bisector, this is the perpendicular bisector of that point, and this is the perpendicular bisector. So this is P point is what? Outside the triangle. So in the circumcenter, how you obtain circumcenter? Circumcenter obtained by the perpendicular bisector of a side. So we saw in acute angle triangle, that circumcenter always what? Inside in right angle triangle is on hypotenuse, or especially we can say the circumcenter is the midpoint of what? Your hypotenuse. And the point P, from the point P in obtuse angle triangle, point P is always outside the triangle. So basically you can draw what? You can draw a circle from the circumcenter which touches the all the points of a triangle, that is inscribed a what? Triangle in circle. Let's suppose this is what your circle, and the from point P the vertex distance are equidistant. The work, because these are the radius. These are the radius. Here, how you draw a circle? Like this. Suppose this is what your circle. Okay. Here, how you draw from this point? Put a needle on the point P and touches all these 3 points like this. And this P is what? P is the center of the circle. So this is the about the circumcenter of a triangle. Always remember what you have to remember: in acute angle, circumcenter is always inside the triangle. Right angle triangle, it is on hypotenuse and it is the midpoint. And what about the your obtuse angle triangle? P is always outside the triangle, outside the triangle. And circumcenter, if you draw a circle, it touches the what? All the points of a triangle inside a circle, inside a circle. Next is, and our last point is orthocenter. Same here in orthocenter. Orthocenter, first we understand altitude. Orthocenter of a triangle, first we understand the keyword altitude. So altitude is what? Basically height of a triangle. If I draw an acute angle triangle, if I draw an acute angle triangle, okay, A, B, C. So this is the height, altitude. This is the altitude. And from the point B, if you draw, this is your altitude. Point C, from the point C, this is your altitude. Okay, so this point is what? This is the orthocenter. When all the altitudes from the vertex are intersect each other at a point O, that point O is called the orthocenter. In case of acute angle triangle, in case of acute angle triangle, O always inside the triangle, inside the triangle. Okay. In case of right angle triangle, in case of right angle triangle, it is on the point where the angle is right angle. Because this is the altitude, AB is the altitude from the vertex A, BC is the altitude from the vertex C, and here this is the altitude from the from the AC, from the vertex B. So all these three altitudes intersect at the point B. It means an right angle triangle. Where is your orthocenter? Orthocenter is at the point B, where the triangle is 90-degree, at that point, which is your right angle. So right angle triangle, where the O point lies. O point lies where? O point, orthocenter lies on right angled. Right lies on the right angled vertex. Another case is your what? Obtuse angle triangle. In case of obtuse angle triangle, let's suppose this is your obtuse angle triangle. So in that case your your orthocenter is always O is always outside of triangle. Always outside of triangle. How? Let's we extend this part, and from the point A, if you draw a altitude like this is the altitude. I extend like this. From the point C, if you want altitude, extend the point this. So this is the altitude, okay, from the point C, and they meet here. And the point B, you draw altitude like this. You extend this altitude, meet here. So this is the orthocenter, and this is always what? Outside your triangle. Outside your triangle. So what you have to remember? First, orthocenter, where orthocenter orthocenter means what? Your altitude. Centroid means your median. Third one, we understood what? Circumcenter. Circumcenter by which? Circumcenter by perpendicular bisector. And the last one is incenter. Incenter of a triangle made up of what? Angle bisector. Vertex angle bisector. Vertex angle bisector. So remember these key points, and you always remember what is orthocenter, what is centroid, what is circumcenter. I hope you understood these concepts. Thank you and have a nice day.